Oh my god, I can just eat this all day long. I'm your host, Vivian. Let's go clock it. Now, we are actually at Kapar Klang. Now, why are we here today? We're gonna learn a little bit about urban farming. It is loosely defined as growing or cultivating produce in a high-density area like city. So today, we will be clocking in with John Hans, the owner and urban farmer from Cultivate. Let's go clock in.
My name is John Hans Ui. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Cultivate. We are an urban farming company based here in Klang, Selangor, and we grow pesticide-free veggies which we sell all across Klang Valley.
So what are the challenges that happens in traditional farming that urban farming are able to circumvent?
Traditional farming is what we usually say up to God farming. There's no control over the water, the temperature, the sunlight and all of that. So that affects the quality and the yield of the vegetable. Second is that you have to use a lot of chemicals and pesticide. Third, in traditional farming, there's a lot of harm to the environment, to the farmers and also for the people that consume it. Previously in the traditional farm, we use a lot of polybags and we don't recycle them. So we were just throwing them away.
I thought just put your seeds underneath the soil.
Correct. Sometimes you can't do that because of the quality of the soil. In Malaysia, a lot of our soil is oil palm. So because of that, the quality of the soil is not very good for growing of our vegetables. I think with that, what we can do now is we can enter the farm and I can take you on a tour. So we have sensors inside the farm that relays all the information to our control panel, and this relays that kind of control to our smartphone. So let's say for example, if the temperature increases, then it will alarm us. Then automatically the roofing system turns on, the cooling system turns on.
So this is like a motherboard lah.
Correct. Yeah, this is like the main brain in that sense.
So how big is this farm over here?
So right now, this is our 1 acre module. So where you are, the entire farm is actually 2 acres. 2 acres is equivalent to 8 acres worth of produce.
So can you share with us how your farming system works here?
Come, I'll bring you over there to this place. So this is the germination area. As you can see, what we do here is we are actually able to germinate all of our plants here. And what we have been able to do is reduce that growing media into just one cartridge, like this. And it makes it very easy also for them. They can just lift it up, put this onto a trolley, and then they just push. So they take this and then they just plug it into the growing area and it can grow already.
So this is not the growing area yet?
No. So this is just the germination. This is where from the seed it just slowly sprouts up. After about 2 weeks, then we'll bring it over to the growing area. So I'll just quickly show you, when people think of hydroponics, they always think of this particular model where it's actually a long tube and then it recirculates the water. Unfortunately, it's not such a good method. When you recirculate water, right, the alkaline level in the water increases. In order for you to reduce it, you need to put in the acid, and that is the one that actually is the cancer-causing chemicals. So for us, what we've done is we just enhance and improve on it. So number one is that we don't recirculate the water. What we do is we calculate the amount of water each plant requires, so there is no wastage. Because of this, we are able to reduce our water consumption by 90% compared to traditional farming.
So, how do you get this water to water it?
So we harvest rainwater and then we store it at the back. We have an underground reservoir, and with that then we are able to actually use this sustainable manner of collecting water and we don't waste any water. I'll just show you. These are actually all ready to be harvested. You can see, right, from just the look of it, all of it is actually certain size because our clients demand that.
How do you actually determine or monitor the growth to this same size?
We actually have a plan to measure all of the leaves when they are starting to grow. So we can see, okay, which one is growing slower, which one is growing faster, then we can play catch up. So these are some of the ways that we are able to control the size and the quality.
So it means that you are able to customize each types of growth for your customer.
Correct. One of the success stories is actually for Burger Lab, and they required 1 plant for 1 burger, 9.5 cm. So these are some of the little things that we do to customize for our clients.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then the last one that I like to share is that actually, if you can see, all of our leaves, right, all of our plants, they are still alive, and we are able to actually transplant them and send it to our customers in this form. There are studies that show the moment that you harvest vegetables, right, their nutrient level drop by 50% every 24 hours, right? But with this, actually everything is there. The nutrients, the minerals, it's full of flavor and taste.
So when you transport this whole cartridge to your client, usually how do they handle with it?
What they do is that if they don't use it, they actually can keep it in the fridge for up to another 14 days. It retains the freshness like this. So once they receive it, they just cut it off, and then after that they can just use it.
You know, I noticed something very unique right over here. What is this actually?
Okay, these are actually our cooling pads.
It's cold.
Yeah, so it's quite cool, right?
Yeah.
So these are all made out of treated cardboard material because it's better for the environment. And what happens is that the natural cool air that we store underground, all of the cool air will come through these cooling pads. And then the big fans that over that, they are actually pulling the cool air.
That is how you regulate the temperature
Correct,
here.
yes. So I can show you here, this is where we actually store all of the underground water from the rain. So this is the reservoir. So it's quite deep, it's quite big, and all the rainwater is actually harvested in this site.
How deep is this?
It's about 2 feet deep.
Oh, I don't see the end. Do you always need to service this?
Not necessarily, but every 3 months what we do is we do a general cleaning. So we will take the water out, put them into our spare tanks, and then we'll go in, we'll clean up the space, and then after that we'll just put the water back in.
What's for lunch?
Alright.
Oops!
Okay.
Okay, so for lunch, let's talk about figures. Can you share with us what is the career progression like?
When you join us, we call you an agri-specialist, and then we have a planned out career progression for you. Once you finish as an agri-specialist, you can then slowly move up. In terms of salary-wise, they start off from 1,002 to almost 2,000 ringgit, and then from there, as they progress up, they can earn up to about 3 to 5,000 ringgit.
Okay. Is it safe to eat like this?
Yes, so I'll let you try some of it. Sorry about the fans, it's a bit loud. But these are all our coriander, as you can see. And you can really just straight away just plug it and you can eat it. Even for all the vegetables, you can just straight away consume it.
Can I?
Yeah, can. Yeah, so you can just straight away consume it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you can see it's like very strong,
Yeah,
right?
very strong.
Yeah, so if you eat this, you don't have to brush teeth at it. But what we get, the feedback from our clients is, right, they say that a lot of our herbs, right, the flavors is like from their countries.
Because you are able to actually customize towards their kind of flavors.
Yeah. So now you see that even after you've eaten it, the aftertaste is very strong.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's still there, correct. This is the multicolored spinach. So what I want you to do is you can just pluck it yourself and then you let me know how is the taste.
So after eating this, I can have extra muscles, right?
Yes, if you eat a lot of them. What fruit taste is it like?
It's not very bitter. I can't tell though. It's
Is it like guava?
Oh!
That's why I try to tell people. Actually, vegetables are supposed to taste like this. Supposed to taste fresh. You can really taste the entire spectrum of it. But when you eat the ones that are in the market, sometimes you lose all of these flavors.
I think if you were to cook this into a dish and you let me taste it, I won't tell that it's actually spinach.
Correct. Yeah.
The taste is totally different.
Right. The other one I want you to try is the fan pak choy. So I want you to eat this.
So is it safe to eat like that?
Yes, it is. It is definitely safe to eat like that. Because we don't spray any chemicals or anything on it. Straight away we can just consume. I'd like you to try it, and also I'd like you to tell me what food does it remind you of. I mean, you're on the farm, you have to eat.
It's very crispy. It's not very bitter. It's pretty similar to the guava also, I can say that. More or less around that. But if you said a type of food, I can't think of, like, because usually the fruit that I taste are pretty sweet.
Does it remind you of a green apple?
Green apple. Okay, if this is in refrigerator, yes.
So these are some of the things that we try to tell people. Hey, vegetables are supposed to taste like this. So I think we're done here in the leafy farm. So we'll take you over to the tomato farm now. So later on, I will show you the different stages of the tomato farm. Right, so this one, it's almost at the end. So the next farm is the one that we are currently harvesting.
How long does it take to fully grown for?
Okay. So one tomato, it takes about 4 months. 2 months to grow, 2 months to harvest. I'll show you over at the other farm, then you can see the red ones. But I just wanted to show you, this is the cherry tomatoes. So we are at the end of the cycle of the cherry tomatoes already. You can see that the yield is slowing down. The round ones that you are going to eat, right, it's actually used a lot in sauces and pasta because it has a lot of juice. You can straight away just eat it.
It's so big. Compared to the Highlands one, these are so much bigger.
That one that you ate just now is the red round cherry tomato. This is the red orange.
Red orange.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can just eat this all day long.
But you can see the difference in taste. This one is slightly sweeter. This one is not so sweet, but this one has more flesh and less water. So this one is very good for the pastas. This one is very good for the curries. You can go over next door. Come.
There's a secret door. This is my first time seeing tomatoes, growing in a farm?
So I mean, for us, we are the largest lowland tomato farmers. A lot of times, tomatoes have to be grown in highlands. So for us, we also are able to customize our tomatoes. For example, right now, you see there's a lot of trimmings. So when we do a lot of trimmings, then there is actually less evaporation. When there's less evaporation, then more juices actually stick into the fruit, and then it becomes a bit more juicy. Not many people know, tomatoes, you have to harvest them when it's not hot.
No wonder I actually feel much more colder here than the
Correct,
leafy
correct.
farm.
Different temperature. So I can bring you over here, then you can actually feel the difference.
Whoa! This is like mini Cameron, no?
Yeah, then you can really feel like it's quite cooling, right?
Yes!
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is actually very cold. Yeah, I think I should install this at home.
So all of our tomatoes now are harvested at a certain size for our customers. So like Burger Lab, they require one tomato to have maybe 12 slices. So that from there they can control costing, they can also control not much wastage for them. A lot of clients are focusing on that. They don't want to waste food, which is a very big thing now.
So these are all ready, am I right? Ready to be harvested?
Slightly a bit more than they are able to harvest. The differentiation of our tomatoes compared to a lot of other tomatoes out there is that we actually harvest them with the calyx. So this is the calyx here that actually holds the shape and freshness of the tomato. A lot of the tomatoes that you get outside, what they do is they actually harvest it when it's green color. And then throughout the long journey, right, it will start to change color. But the thing is that when it change color, outside change color, inside, right, is still not so nice. The inside is not...
It's not ripe yet.
It's not ripe. So for us, we vine ripen everything. If you want the delivery on Monday, I harvest in the morning. By lunchtime, you get it fresh.
It's like a same day delivery
Same day
thing.
delivery, correct.
No wonder your customers love you so much. I think that's all for today. So
Thank you.
John, is there anything else you'd like to say?
For those who want to follow us, please go to our Instagram or Facebook at Cultivate. It's CULTIVEAT. And if you want to purchase any of our vegetables, go online to www.cultivate.co.
Thank you, thank
Thank
you,
you.
John, for having us. Alright guys, that's all for today. Please remember to follow and like us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. If you wish to binge watch, here's an episode where we clock in with a professional clown. All clowns has their own story. Make sure you check out the episode. Or there's another episode where we clock in with a close protection officer. And now I'm gonna head out and deliver my goods. This is Vivian clocking out.